Alright, welcome back to the build video. Unlike some motion airplanes, this one actually has some building. Not a lot, but has some. So I'm just going to go over this. I'm just going to start building it. I didn't look at the instructions, so I don't know. It may take me a little while. I may fumble a little bit back and forth, but I'm just going to show you what it's like to get this thing with everything attached. I don't have a receiver for it right now. Actually, I probably do, but I'll probably do that in a different video when I program it. So let's just start doing it. Let's go to step one. So step one is the tail cone and the little back pieces. So these two back pieces here, we're going to glue those on. And then the tail cone. And you need to plug that in because you got your burner in there. And it also says that we will be gluing this in. So there will be some gluing involved here after I plug this in. So I'm just going to fit this real quick.
Let me go hands-free so I can come in close.
What's that?
Let's unattach it.
So we're just doing a test fit. This is for the burner, which is amazing looking. Now it says we need, this is a really tight fit. It says we need glue here. I'm sure we're going to need glue at some point. But man, this thing is tight. Holy cow. Okay, so now you just got to get your servo wire under there. Okay, so that fits good. That's how that'll sit. And so now what we're going to do is, whenever you use this foam tack, and motion, I don't know what kind of foam tack they use, but it's the best by far. I always score a little bit. I make some little scores in the foam. It helps, it gives it some little crevices to go into, and I'm sure it helps give it something to bite on in that foam. So that's what I do whenever I do any foam tack. It doesn't have to be a ton.
Do you score the plane surface as well?
You can. Yeah, I mean, this is painted, so it might not be a good idea. It might be a good idea to give this a little bit of roughing up. Doesn't have to be a lot. Don't go crazy. Just gotta. It helps that mechanical bond of the glue, and that's it. And you don't need a lot of this stuff, man. It is strong, good stuff. So I'm just gonna. And I don't want it leaking out all over the place, and so that's all I'm gonna do. And that should be plenty. And I'm gonna get some right in here because this piece is what really holds. Okay, get your strings off of there. Now we'll refit this. Make sure your servo wire goes under so that when you put this on, it doesn't get in the way. And then we'll just get this guy on here again, and we'll just give it a little pressure.
How quick does it adhere?
It takes a while. It takes a while to cure, but it melts. It like melts the foam, and it kind of not liquefies it, but it really makes it. It like melt. It's almost like old school model glue. It melts the foam, and it sort of liquefies it, and then it just becomes one with the plane. So it's really, really nice stuff. And the stuff that Motion uses, like I said, I love it. I'm glad they're still sending it with these airplanes because it's really good. So
Can you dry fit each piece? You can scorch up each piece, scrub it up, and then glue each piece?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I just try to make sure it looks correct. And that one's for that side. Okay, so these are, you can't put these on wrong.
That's always good. Left and a right.
Same deal. You don't need a ton of this to make this stick. It's very, very good stuff. like I said, these are, oh, I got a little too much on there, but that's actually not bad. Not terrible.
Oh, you got paper towel on this.
Yeah, I'll leave it on there. It's really not too much.
Do you tape it? Any?
You know what? I probably should get some tape. You know what? I probably will. Once I put this one on, I'm gonna run inside and we'll take a little break, and then I'll get some tape and we can tape these on. Make sure.
You just use a frog tape or like a painter's tape?
Yeah, I mean it'll still probably pull some paint up.
Does it?
Unfortunately, yeah. The paint is usually very easy to pull up. So even if you put it on, I mean, I've had it even when I put it on when I do the old pants thing, when you put it on your pants or your shirt and you get it, you get the lint on it. I've had it still actually.
Oh, that's on there.
All right, we're
good.
going to get some tape. We'll be right back. I got some tape, some frog tape. Make sure you do it on your shirt or your pants. It's still going to pull up, even though this is for the most delicate surfaces. It'll still pull up the paint off of this, and I might even still lose some here, but I want this to be on pretty good. These tail pieces, I'm probably going to put some, I'm going to put some on there.
You gonna weather it anyway?
Yeah. It will be, this thing will be all weathered. I'll maybe put up a video of how to do weathering, and but I always like do this because this stuff is not the strongest paint, and you really want to, all you need to do is get a little bit of pressure on that to keep it straight, but the least amount of tape possible, because you will pull up the paint off of this stuff. And I am going to weather this, probably the whole plane will be weathered, so probably won't matter all that much if I get a bunch of paint scuffs on it. Really doesn't matter. Okay, so we're good. All right, step 2, elevators. All right, so let's see where those are. Here's the elevators, and there are 2. Oh, this is going to be the elevator. Okay, so this goes in like this.
Oh.
Okay, that goes in like that. And that goes in like that. Okay. And, alright, use a servo tester. To center the servo arm. Insert one side of elevator rotating. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to assume this is going to be like this. And this is going to be, let's see, where does that go? That goes right under here. Oh, look at that. Okay. And then there is, there's the servo arm. So now we will take our little ball, and then this is going to be
see underneath.
Okay. Put one side of the full elevator shaft in the fixed base ring, and then use screws D to fix. You first put the metal fixed ring. Oh, and then there's two screws that go in there that keep those in there.
Okay, we'll be able to see the other side.
Yeah.
When you do it.
Yeah. Well, I may just here. I can turn this over.
Oh.
And here's your. And then there's the screws are going to go in there. So the screws are going to go right there and hold that in.
Yeah.
And then this is your servo arm. So we can just do this and leave this just like this. And then we could put, so now we got the other one. That's going to go in just like that. And then our servo arm is going to be here. So we are going to pop this on. Now we probably will have some adjustment to do here at some point to get this correct. I'm just putting it on right now just in terms for the build video. Do not think you're just going to put this on and go fly it. You really need to do the whole thing, and we'll get a servo tester on this once we have a receiver, and then you've got, wait a minute, that's not the right, here we go. These are your servo, and so you're basically just going to go like this. First we got to get this guy in. May have to get a drill and drill out those holes. Yeah, I think we're gonna.
Holes a little small?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna need a drill. So, okay. We're gonna get a drill and drill those out a little bit. So we gotta get this push rod in. So we're gonna have to drill it a little bit. You cannot drill it too big or it'll have play. I'm using a 1.2 millimeter drill bit. It's just enough to take, and I might not even drill down through the whole thing. I may just do that to open up this hole a little bit so that we can get this in there. If it doesn't go in, it's cool. I will drill more. There we go. So I didn't even drill through the whole thing. You don't want this to be loose. If it's loose, it's not going to be good. You're going to have play. You're probably not going to have real good elevator accuracy and control. So there, and then there's 2 screws right there, so actually we'll keep that right there because I want this to go in now. And then there's 2 screws. So a screw, 8 millimeter, I'm gonna say it's probably these guys. I'm gonna say, I don't know, or it could be, okay, could be these. I think it's going to be these. I think that might be a little, no, that's probably it. Well, let's get a Phillips here and see what we got. And this is what holds in the metal rod that your elevator's on. I think these are going to be too big. Okay. All right. Oh, there's a. Oh, okay, I see what I did. I screwed something up. Okay. So I was wondering how this elevator stays on, and I just figured it out. So I've got to get these guys out. Okay.
Okay.
So kind of screwed that up, but that's okay. So this is coming off. We're still going to use it. We still got to drill it out. But this collar is going to go in this piece here, so that when this goes in, we're going to try and line that up. So maybe, I don't understand how this goes. Okay. F is a full screw, okay. Oh, there it goes. Okay. That worked. So now we're going to put this back in here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now this is really, I don't know how, if I even have a tiny enough screwdriver for this. I may have to go again inside and procure some smaller tools, but that goes just like that. I think what I'll probably do, rear use the screw, first put the metal fixed grid together with the elevator and the other side full elevator. Alright, well, it doesn't call for Loctite. I'll be right back. I'm going to get a little screwdriver and I'm going to put this back together. Your elevator. That was kind of not making sense to me why that was that way. So now we can then go back. Remember, drilled 1.2 millimeter so that it's fitting exactly snug very nice. So now you can get your elevator in. So now your elevator's on. And I got to get the screws in here now. I don't know. I remember which ones we were supposed to use. So D is a screw, 10 millimeter, 4 pieces. That's got to be these guys. So that is the right screw that I had. So I'm just going to have to get it in there and screw it down, because this is what holds your elevator in. Yeah, this is the entire, this holds everything together, and I'm assuming when you get these tight, I'm assuming it doesn't move so much. Okay, and that's tightened down. Oh yeah, wow. It really snugs it up when you get the screw in there. So there's 2 in here. They're very nice because they're very tightly in there. It's amazing what they've done with these foam jets. Okay. Oh, that one ain't going in anymore. Okay, I guess that's it. And oh, those are the 2 right screws. It said the 10 millimeter, and there were 4 of them, so. Okay. Now let's get our tape back, and your elevator is on. This is our tape for our guy there.
And we're going to just do the same thing over here.
Yeah, and we're going to leave that there for now. We're going to put on the elevator because that's the next step. So what I'll do is the elevator, I'll do one elevator, and then I'll kind of do one at a time, just so the build video can keep going. So now the elevator, 8 millimeter screws. Okay, so the elevator just, so basically you're going to put that there. This is for your lights. So these you just want to match the polarity, so black goes into black, like that. So you've got black and red, black and red. So you just want to make sure you're like that. You want to make sure the signal wire, so the orange wire matches up with the orange wire on your connector. And you want that like that. So now you've got a little safety there, which is nice, built in. And that's it. So now this, we're going to try and hide. Assuming we're going to tuck this all in here. Let's see where this goes. Sure, this is just tucking this stuff in. Keeping the wires underneath there. Oops. You can't tuck it in so much. Okay, what's holding me up here? Oh, that one. Okay. Oh, is it this one? Where did this guy go? There we go. Okay. So now you just gotta kind of, it's always kind of a dance running these wires and getting them so that they're not sticking out everywhere. And you do not want to pinch them, because that's never a good thing. So we're getting it in now. There we go. And now it's just kind of fitting it in. There we go. Looks like all the wires are good. And now we'll use our screws. Let's see this one. Okay, this guy definitely needs to go in a little more. It's just because the wires are underneath it. You want to be careful you don't popcorn it too much, so just keep working it in, and it should stay in there. Now you need these smaller screws, and this is going to hold in your, okay, I need this screwdriver, and this should hold your stabilizer nice. Okay, that's in. Now this one we're going to have a little bit of a struggle with. That is okay.
Why so?
It's so the problem is the wires are underneath it, and you know, if they're not absolutely perfect, it's not going to want to go in. So now I just need to press this down a little bit and get this screw to match up with the screw hole. And I don't want to ruin this tail, so I'm just going to kind of go. Like I said, the one thing with these foam jets, you always have to dance with the wiring. So there. So now I am going to put these next two on because I don't want to leave two screws out. So I'm going to come in front here. But I mean, this is amazing because anyone that's ever built an airplane knows that putting an airplane together in like an hour or 2 hours even is ridiculous. Okay. So, yeah, I don't like how that's working. Might have to take that back out and get those wires in different because that ain't going in right. Sometimes you just have to keep kind of working it, and then all I need to do is line that thing up with the hole, and as soon as I get that done, see, now it's lined up. There we go. I mean, and I see, that's the problem with the foam. If you push it too much, you get that popcorn. But like I said, I'm going to be weathering this thing, so it's not that big a deal. All right.
Let's do a nod to the tools we got last year.
Oh yeah.
Toolkit.
But yeah, this is a little tool deal we got online. It's a really nice little kit. It's pretty much every tool you're going to use. Now this is a car kit actually, but I use it for the airplanes too. And it's got everything in there. It's got little scissors. I put an extra set of Allen wrenches. You got pliers. So it's really nice. It's really good to get that in. Okay, so that's the tail. And now it's basically wings. Which, I mean, really, big spar goes through there. You got a little spar in the front and a little spar in the back of each wing. Okay. And let's see those. How far out should those be? Oh, that's how it should go. So actually what we could do is this. Put these directly into the wing, in the back part of the wing. And now you've, which one does those go in? Okay, so that, it seems a little light on the wing spar. I'm just test fitting this now to see, oh, that's just your anti-rotation pin, so that should be fine. Yeah, actually that should be fine. And then it's just, you're doing the same thing with the plugs. You've got a light plug and you've got your servo plug. So you're just matching up the polarity of the wire for your lights, and that's your position lights. And then you've got your servo here, which we could probably, now this is what I'm talking about. You've always got to watch out that your signal wires match up. So the orange wire always matches with the orange wire. And you'll see that here, orange, orange. Okay, so now this is going to go, this we definitely got to tuck in. And this plane is small enough for me with my truck and the trailer. The nice part is I won't ever have to take these wings apart. So I can just kind of to get this thing together. And once it's together, I won't have to keep worrying about these wires. And there we go. Now, one of our wires has jumped out of there, so I'm going to use my drill and just put the wire in the hole. Make sure it's not pinched. And there you go. Done. Now I'm assuming we're going to use those same little the little screws. Let's see, the A screws. Oh, 5mm. Oh yeah, that's going to be these guys. So you're always looking. So generally on a motion RC plane, anything with that looks like these are going to be your wing bolts. And you can kind of see they don't like have the point.
Gotcha.
So whenever you're doing a motion RC plane, these are always going to be for flight surfaces. If your elevator calls for something bigger, it's going to be like that. These will generally always be for flight surfaces. These will be for your wings, and I'll show you how those go on. Let's put the other wing on, why not? And then we'll do the screws all at once. It already looks amazing.
It does. It looks so good.
Yeah, this thing looks amazing. And then we'll turn it over, we'll put the screws on. So again, same thing as always, red to red, black to black. There's small connectors, so you just got to make sure you line them up, get them in there. Okay, wire, there we go. And then your servo wire.
I know you're always double, triple checking.
Yeah, you just can't check enough. You don't want to put this thing together, get out to the field, plug it in, and have one aileron not working or one light not working. So then you just got to make sure these are all lined up so you don't screw anything up. And as it's going in, you just kind of make sure your wires are also going in. So you don't want none of these. These do not. You don't want them to be pinched at all. Because if they're pinched, as you're flying, it could break one of the wires, and then you're not going to either have lights. Lights, not a problem. Aileron?
Problem.
Problem. So you want to make sure that these are going in the little crevice they're made for. There we go. Now, wings are on. Now we'll turn it over. Already looking amazingly good. Okay. I don't know if that's high enough. On the tail.
You want the big stand?
And remember, do not try to put those. These are more like machine screws. If you know what a machine screw is, then you know what I'm talking about. You do not want those tapped screws going in here. You'll strip out all the threads, and if you do that, good luck. You're gonna have to glue your wing on, and then good luck if you know. Okay, that's on. We'll probably throw this other elevator on too. Probably be pretty easy.
Show me the screw in your hand again, just so you can
okay.
machine screw.
Yeah, these are typically motion RC wings. They're either this or a smaller version.
Okay.
But those are definitely usually the wing screws. Those are going into a brass insert. Like I say, I probably will leave the wings on this. It's small enough. I will not be taking the wings on and off.
And they did not include gray tape.
They didn't. So that's a little bit that I'm going to cover, because not because I'm worried about what it looks like. I don't want my my servo wires falling out of there. You know, I don't want that to happen. So okay. So the wings are in, servos are plugged in. Oh, and now they're talking about the rails, which, so this rail goes on the outside, And I'm not going to keep these on because I'm not going to fly with these at first. I am going to fly with a clean airframe, but this gives you an idea of what this looks like. I mean, it looks great. I mean,
Yeah.
it really looks impressive. So there's your, these. Oh, okay. So I see how that goes. So that one. Oh yeah, and then no, this one actually goes. Yeah, no, that is where that one goes. That's, we'll just do a little. Let's put them on. That one goes like that. Now this one, unfortunately, I won't be able to really show you because I have to glue it on. I have to glue the wingtip on. Those are the magnetic ones. So these, okay. Oh, these are going to get glued in. So these are for your drop tanks. Those will get glued in. And then these are going to be the wingtips. So this is going, oh, wait a minute. No. Which one is the wingtips? Yeah, this one is the wingtip. Because this one you're going to glue on here. And then this is for actually these. I didn't realize that. I thought the sidewinders went out here. But that's where those go. And then the sidewinders. Well, that's the other one. Wait a minute, what is that one? That's the other wingtip, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these are the ones that go down here. That's how they go. That's how they go, and then these are the sidewinders. That thing will look awesome when it's flying like that. Do I have that right? Fixed direction, tail direction, yeah. So we always need to make sure that these go with the right direction of the airplane, because if you put them on the wrong way, as soon as you take off, they're just going to fall off because they're only fit in like that. These will be glued in, but these rails are not glued in, so you really have to make sure you pay attention. So I'm not going to do any of that. I'm not putting the rails on now because we're not doing that yet. We're not going to fly with it on there, so we're just going to kind of leave these together. I will put the wingtips on. I'll glue those on. I'm sure that's how that's going to go. So, okay, so there's your wingtip. So, oh, and they already installed the tail flame LED. I don't have to do that. That's one of the, here's your nose cone. And we'll turn this over in a second once I'm done with this. But that's actually it. So I'll probably glue the rails on the wings, and maybe I'll put on the other.
That way all the glue can dry at the same time.
Yeah, and then I don't know where these guys go. There should be, oh, right here. Boom. They go right in here. So I'll put these guys on. I wonder if they go on the outside like that. We'll take a look at that. I didn't actually see those. Oh, there's still more stuff to do. Is there? No, there's no stuff. Okay, well. That's it. And then these guys, we're going to use these 4 small screws. And these guys are just going to go in here. I want to say they should probably go on the outside.
Sure, cosmetically, right?
Yeah, I would think so, because on the inside they don't match. So, let's see if we can get them going. I mean, honestly, that's your build. And that looks like that. We'll put the other one on. I'll do the other elevator. And honestly, you're ready to just start testing servos. And how long did that take?
20 minutes? Uh-huh.
Yeah, how long? I mean, this probably took a half hour to build to this point. Now, of course, you're going to have a lot of other work to do. You have to get your receiver in, you got to wire everything up. Right? So it's not done. But, I mean, honestly, to take an airplane out of the package, from the time I opened the package till being maybe 45 minutes,
Yeah.
to have a plane built already is just amazing. And the last thing I'll do, I'll throw this other elevator on. Now remember, before you start testing, make sure you have a servo tester so that you don't burn any of your servos out. This one, because it doesn't have flaps, it has actual ailerons that will use as flaps. You don't have to worry about it as much. But in the Banana Hobby L39 sitting over there, if you don't pay attention and you turn that receiver on, you will burn your servos out on your flaps. Okay, all right, and then let's get the other elevator. And let's put that on, and I think that's going to be it. I will do another video when we get all the rails on and we get all of that stuff on. We will do another video on that. So once we get this thing all where we want it, I'll put a completion video up, or almost shoot it up. Okay, so you want that just on the outside.
We have to drill this one again?
Yeah, I'll probably have to drill that one, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Shit. Where did that screwdriver go? Okay, hold the phone here. What did I do with that screwdriver? Oh, here. Okay. You want to probably get, even if you got a bigger magnetic screwdriver like this, so that you can get it in on this so it doesn't fall right off, and it'll go in nice and easy for you. Use a magnetic screwdriver.
Makes life easier.
Yeah. And it just get it nice and tight. Doesn't have to be crazy. There we go. Alright, so that guy is good. Now we gotta get the servo arm. And we'll see, but I'm gonna say we're probably gonna have to drill this guy in as well, but let's see if we can not have to drill. I'm gonna say drilling for sure, and yes, yeah. Just remember, 1.2 millimeter. Do not go bigger than that, because the second you get too much, you'll have play in there, and you will not. So like I said, I didn't even drill all the way in. I just drilled the top, and then I just backed it out. So if you can see that, I don't even know if you'll be
just
able to see
like a little
that.
hand drill.
Well, and you'll see that it's not drilled. I didn't go all the way through. And it's just enough so that that servo arm, so that wire, there you go. And see, it's still super nice and tight. And that's going to be key. And I've never flown an F-16, an RC F-16 anyway. And so you want, I'm guessing you want that to be super tight. But that's it. Now, what we could do,
Glue the...
we could glue the wingtips on, because they're going to be, well, we have to make sure, so when the rocket goes on, so this is the one that goes on the wingtips. So when the rocket goes on, we want it pushing in the direction of flight, so that's right. So that's right. So we can glue these on. Because that's the way that's going to go. And this is going to be in the direction of flight. Yes. Okay. So we can glue those on. That'll work.
You'll score it again, both sides?
Yeah, I mean, it's painted. It actually is pretty rough paint, so I don't know if it actually needs it. But
yeah, it's not
why
glossy
not?
like the Super Viper.
Yeah, but why not? Why not give it a little bit of extra bite? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and same deal. Don't overdose on glue. Get enough on there though that you're gonna. On this glue. The only thing about.
Can you
glue,
save that glue if you don't use it all?
Oh yeah, this glue. I save every container of this glue. I love this stuff from Motion. It is great. And I'm sure it's just foam tack, but I don't know why I just don't ever seem to have the same results with regular foam tack. I have better results with the Motion stuff. So we're going to tape those again. And we'll just let this dry for a few hours. Maybe later tonight. Maybe later tonight we'll come back out, put the finishing touches on it, and I do have a receiver that I probably could put in this. So, actually I have several receivers that would probably work with this.
But you're saying a certain receiver would require, for jetty, you'll need a, what'd you say you were going to put in it? If you use the one receiver?
Oh, a gyro. I'm not using a Cortex in this. I'm going to use a Jetty Assist in this. So I don't believe you're going to need a Cortex in this airplane. I just don't think it doesn't seem like it would need it. But I am going to get a Jetty Assist. Yeah, I am going to get a Jetty Assist receiver, probably a Rex 10, because I am going to do flap-arounds. So I have some slowing down capability. I'm guessing this thing is going to want to move. So I am going to do a Jetty Rex 10 Assist that's going to have gyro built into the receiver, because this one's not going to be. I know Jetty Assist has some bad press out there. Most guys think it's because of the vibration on big gassers, so I am going to just use it because there's very limited amount of vibration in these jets. They just don't have a lot of it.
So for an EDF, it's perfect, but for the gassers, they're saying it's...
Yeah, they just say that they don't work. They say that they can't take the vibration, and then what happens is they drive your servos, and they destroy your servos. Which, and I mean, in this plane would be bad enough. I'm not saying that I would want to lose this airplane. But if you could imagine, if you got a $10,000 jet up there and you lose a servo because of vibration, you're probably not going to be very happy. So the bigger stuff's getting the Cortex Pros. This stuff is going to get Jetty Assist. I love the Jetty Assist on the Banshee. It really does a great job of yeah, there we go. We got some tape on there. And then I gotta put those last two screws in the elevator. See how fast you can forget?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're gonna get that elevator put on totally. Okay, there we go. So those are good. Those are your rails. And we got two more screws here. Yep. And it's gonna be, we'll turn it over.
Ooh.
You can see it. I mean, maybe an hour. I don't know. Do you think it's an hour?
I mean, top to bottom, unboxing, never even looked at it, never looked at the instructions. I mean, it was, yeah. Went together nice. All the parts fit together great, right?
Yeah, everything was really nice. I mean, there really wasn't much to put together, but what was there was the wing bolts lined up really nice. The servo stuff went together real nice. Everything went together really, really nice. Okay, so I don't have a receiver in this, and I don't have a battery to extend the gear, but you can see, let's get her on top here. I mean, from box to that in less than 2 hours, I'll say.
Oh, an hour.
Right?
Yeah.
But from the box to this, I mean, it's really amazing that they can do that. And if you look at the detail on this plane, if you come in close here, I mean, there's so much detail on this thing for being just a 90 millimeter bird. I mean, here's your cockpit. I mean, if you look at your cockpit, it looks just beautiful. Really nice stock pilot. I'm not even going to change that guy. I don't think he's perfect, but he's pretty good. And then here's all your internal stuff. Receiver will probably go up in nose. I'll probably put a 900 back here. Battery will be here. I'm also going to have a MUI for this. Forgot to order my MUI today.
Well,
I'll have to do that again.
here, I want to get the cockpit.
Oh,
Yeah. No, put it
okay.
on. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I want to see if I can see the. Yes.
Yeah, I forgot my MUI, so I got to get a MUI today, which spent $500, and now I got to spend more. But part of owning the hobby, I guess, right? So now that's it. It's together, and so the deal is, you know, now you could fool around with these rails. Once these are, you know, once these are glued. Did my other piece of tape come off of there? Didn't I have two on there?
You did.
Okay. Here, let me get
I'll
that.
do it. I'll let you do it tight.
Yeah.
Taut. Sorry. It looks great.
Yeah, it came out really nice. I mean, this is oh, it should stay under now. Just don't want it to be. I don't want it to pull all the time. Okay. Looks really good. All together. What a nice looking bird, man, for being, and it was $579. I mean, that's still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong for a foam airplane, but I mean, honestly, $579 all day long. I'll pay that for this. I think it's wonderful, and I think that it brings more people into the hobby because, you know, a BBM F16 is 10 grand, you know, and this is, you know, $579 with the battery. Receiver, I'll probably have $700 into a flight all together though, with my receiver and then my batteries and everything. So not bad. All right, well, we're done. So next video we will put a receiver in here. I'll get a battery charged up. We'll do the gear extension. We'll show you that. The gear look really good on this, and we'll put all the rails on. And yeah, I think it's gonna look really nice. So all right, thanks for watching. Stay tuned.